Hey everybody, now let me think about how we could read this data from database and display it here in the output. So I just want to add another option in the query here. Instead he say one for add, so I have to say /n 2 for selection. Okay, so I have to add another process for selection. So make sure this was 1, so I would say okay, I would say case. If it's case 2, if you select 2, let me do selection process selection. Okay, data from table. Here we go. So I want to take data from table. I will do same process exactly that I did it with the previous one. So first of all, you would define this line for execute. You want to execute specific statement. Here we go. Second statement, after you define it, if you see, say, hey, you cannot define it because you need this name already defined it. So you could use different name, or you could both of them assign me and then same one by just move it up and make it used by 2 of them. And okay, you say okay, I define my SMTP. Now I want to get the result. I have a statement, but this statement, for example, SQL string SQL read. So how you read data from SQLite? Just you say select star from the table name from the admins, for example. Here you go, and you done. So if I just take this line and try to run it on SQL browser, he give you all the data. If you just go here and say okay, I want to run this one, he give you all the data. So all the data, ID, username, password. So this is how SQL, you could manipulate any way in this SQL. You could search, you could change it. Make sure you understand SQLite so you would understand how you do searching and how you do all the process by writing where and other stuff. So define your statement. Now let me read. How we read? First of all, this result have to be saved in a specific data set. So this is just, if you look at this, is just set data set. You need to take it and save it in the data set. So first of all, you need to define your data set. So you just say okay, result set. So then you name it rs equal. Then you say smtp, that stmt dot execute. But now you execute a query. You did not execute update, and you take this line and add it here. You want to execute the query. So when this query will run on the database, so make sure smtp2, because this one 2. When this is a query execute the database, he will bring data set. He will bring all these data and add it inside this data set. So now I want to read this data set. Okay, just very easy. You say while this data set, I mean rs.next has next. There's a next data in this data set. Hey, I want to print it. So just you say what you want to print. ID, you say integer ID equal rs dot get. Was the data field and name is integer? Is that right? Yes. Well, the name of the field ID is ID. If you look here, the name field is ID. Cool. Now how we get the ID? Next, let you suppose you want to get username. So string username. Well, the field, you say rs dot get string. Well, the name of the field user name. Is that right? Yes, this is the name of the field. The same process for password. String password. Okay, you say well, the name of data field rs dot get string. It's depends on the data that you would get you to bring it. Name of the field password. Here you go. I just reading the password. I'm done. So just read for every line username password. Make sure see he say okay, this password you already use it. You cannot use it again. So make sure the password R, username R. So you want to print them in one line. Say sys. Print them in one line. You say, for example, if first you want to print the ID, then you say plus /t. You want to print the username, then you say okay plus /t. Then you want to print the password. Cool. I would just take this line and add it before execute the loop. So just adding head title, I say okay, ID equal this, and hopefully this one makes sense. Username equal this, and password equal this. Just adding title on the line. So now if I just run it, if I just select 2, I have to write select 2. See, this is all the data. ID1 Hussein, and this is ID2 Hussein, Jenna, and other stuff. But there's a problem here. I cannot do two processes in some time, and the database now is still open. The connection is still open. So I have to make sure to close the connection when I'm done from my process. For example, here when I'm done, first of all, I will close my internal connection. That means RS, the dataset. I just clone it. So I say close because this is dataset, so I need to close it. Second thing, I need to close SMTP. So I say, okay, SMTP2 dot also close it, okay, and make sure also close the connection. So c dot close, okay, that's good. So you have to close all these things because when you need to do other process, the connection already opened, you cannot do other process. Make sure also go back to the, so in the ad you will do same process. First of all, you would comment the thing. What I mean by comment, when we work with SQLite or MySQL, there is transaction, we need to do comment for thing for the database. So I have to say c.comment. I have to comment the change to the database. Second, I would close. So I say st, the one that I this one stm.close. You could close it now because I no longer need it. Also, you would close the connection. You say c.close. So make sure whenever you have add operation or delete or update, you would write comment c.comment, then you close the SMTP, then close connection.